Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer slash football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any future soccer predictions. All right. Today's prediction video will be for Saturday, April 12th, and I got a 5-game slate for you guys. This will be for the English Premier League. As always, we'll talk about the teams. I'll let you know if there's any injuries. I'll talk about the total, and then I'll give you my predictions. But first, we gotta talk about it. Baby. My bet is still in the question, and only because I still need one more game. I'm waiting for Necaxa, but the 2 games before this, I hit. Who did I put? I put Leipzig to win, and then I put Valencia to win. But either way, I'll let you guys know in the comments if I ended up winning or not. If Necaxa wins, I got 100%. And if they don't, then I don't get 100%. But without further ado, let's get straight into the bets. All right, first I have Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Manchester City at home with 6 injured players and 1 questionable. Crystal Palace with 2 players that are injured, 2 players with the question that are questionable, and 2 players with the red card. Total sitting at 3. Now, between these 2 teams, it has gone over 4 out of 5 times. I'm not saying this won't go over 3 this time around, but I'm going to say most likely it won't. And I'll tell you why. Manchester City, with those 6 injured players, you have Haaland that's out. Who else is out? Stones is out. Who else is out? Yeah, they got a ridiculous amount of players that are out. So I don't think this will go over 3. This could be a 2-1 game or maybe 1-1. Then again, I feel like Crystal Palace is going to win this one. They have less injured players, and I feel like they could win this one for sure, especially how Manchester City haven't played all that great. Crystal Palace, on the other hand, 4 out of their 5 most recent games, all wins, 1 draw. So basically they haven't taken an L. But Crystal Palace has not been able to beat Manchester City in their 5 most recent games. I feel like this game will actually be their first time turning this over in the 5 most recent games. So, yeah, I don't know why. I feel like Crystal Palace could win this one. They've just been the better team here. But I think the best prediction for this game would most likely be Crystal Palace over 0.5. I don't know why they're at 0.5. They have covered this 0.5 between these 2 teams. They have covered this 4 out of 5 times. So to me, it makes no sense why it's at 0.5. 5 out of their 5 most recent games, they covered this 0.5 5 times. 5 times. So yeah, I don't understand why they're at 0.5. As of right now, they're at 0.5. I don't know. Maybe they might go there and switch it up. So I'm going to take advantage and take on that 0.5 as soon as I'm done with this video. So, and I think you should too, if it's still there. But anyways, yeah, give me Crystal Palace to win. And as far as points, I'm going to say Crystal Palace over 0.5. All right, on to the next one. I have Brighton versus Leicester City. I don't know if I said that right or wrong, but anyways, Brighton at home with 9 injured players, 1 player with a red card, and 3 questionable. Leicester City with 2 injured players, 2 questionable. There's not much I can say about Leicester City. If that's your team and you think they're going to win, hey, good luck to you, buddy. I wish you the best. The only thing positive that I can say about Leicester City is they're at 0.5 and they have covered this 5 out of their 5 most recent head to head between these two teams going at it. So, but unfortunately, five out of their most recent games, they have not covered this. Nothing but else. So I'm not going to risk my money and put Leicester City to go over zero point 0.5, even though I feel like it could happen. I'm not going to do that. Brighton, on the other hand, they're at 2.5. They haven't been able to go over this 2.5 in their five most recent games. As a matter of fact, Brighton going against Leicester City, their five most recent games, they have not been able to cover this 2.5. Actually, they only been able to cover this once out of their five most recent headsets. So, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I'm going to have to put under 3. If I was to do points in this bet, I would have to do total points under 3. I think that's just the best bet here. Even though it has gone over 4 out of 5 times. I just feel like this season is different than prior games because their most recent game between these two teams was literally back in December 8th of 2024. So this season, totally two different teams, right? Especially right now. So yes, I think under 3 is the right bet, right prediction for points in this game. Now, as far as a win, I'm going to have to say Brighton. I feel like they're at home. They got that advantage. Even though they got the injuries, they have pulled a win once out of their 5 most recent games. So that's more than I can say about Leicester City. So, but I will not be surprised if this ends up as a tie. Maybe like a 1-1 game or 0-0, right? But yeah. All right, on to the next game. I have Nottingham versus Everton. Nottingham at home with 3 injured players, 2 questionable. Everton with 1 injured player and 1 questionable. Total points sitting at 2. As far as these two teams going at it, it has gone over only once. So, and this was back in 2023. I don't see this going over. As far as this 1.5 for Nottingham, they've only been able to cover this once in their 5 most recent games. So, yeah, this is going to be a tough one as far as points. I think the best bet here, as far as points, I'm going to have to say Everton over 0.5 because their 5 most recent games from Everton, they've covered this 4 out of 5 times. And as far as Nottingham allowing their opponents to score, they've done this twice. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one. But I see Everton able to score. They only got 1 injured player. I feel like this could be a 1-1 game here. But let's see. Their 5 most recent head-to-head between these two teams, Everton have scored a goal 4 out of 5 times. So, there you go. 4 out of 5 times they have been able to cover this 0.5. I think that's the best bet. So, that's what I'm going to go with. But yeah, as far as a win, if I had to choose a win here, I'd probably say Nottingham, but I'm not surprised if this ends up as a tie. Okay, on to the next game. I have Southampton versus Aston Villa. Not much I can say about Southampton. They actually have hit the bottom of the table. It was Leicester first in the bottom, but now Southampton decided to take control of that spot. As far as injuries, Southampton with 200 players, 2 questionable, 2 injured players. Aston Villa with only 1 injured player and 1 questionable. I think Aston Villa should win this one. They have won 4 out of their 5 most recent games. Their only loss was to PSG. I mean, come on, it's PSG. I'm not surprised. Other than that, 5 games prior to that PSG, nothing but wins. So I feel like I'm sure they're going to be hurt for what happened, and they're going to come in here and take it out on Southampton. So give me Aston Villa to win. As far as points, I'm going to have to say Aston Villa over 1.5 or maybe total points under 3 because as far as these two teams going at it, it has only gone over once. Other than that, it was always under. Wow, it was under 1.5, 4 out of 5 times under 1.5. So only once it went over this over 3. So, yeah, I'm going to say under, total points under 3, but I think the best bet here as far as points, that would be Aston Villa over 1.5. And as far as a win, give me Aston Villa. All right, on to the last game of the prediction video, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know what your prediction is. Put it down in the comment. Use the hashtag Ride With My Bet if you want a shout out. Put down your prediction and I'll give you guys a shout out. So, all right, here we go. Arsenal versus Brentford. Arsenal are at home. But before you go in, like, say Arsenal's going to win, injuries. They got 7 injured players. That is crazy. 7 injured players. I don't know when did they get hurt. Was this versus the Real Madrid game? Because that's the only thing I can think about. And I saw the game and I don't really see anybody get hurt. So, yeah, it's crazy to me. Their 5 most recent games, 3 wins, 2 draws. Brentford, only 1 win in their 5 most recent games. 2 L's, 2 draws. Between these 2 teams going at it, Brentford have not been able to beat Arsenal. Arsenal winning 4 out of their 5 most recent games and only 1 tie. So, yeah, give me Arsenal to win here. They are at home. They got that advantage. They are the better team. I feel like they need that win so they can get closer to Liverpool. But yeah, I don't know. That's going to be a tough one. Brentford with 5 injured players, 1 questionable. They haven't been the best, like I mentioned. So give me Arsenal to win. As far as points, I'm going to have to say Arsenal over 1.5. I know that Brentford are at 0.5, but the most recent game between Brentford, it was versus Chelsea, and they weren't able to score a goal. If they weren't able to score a goal versus Chelsea, what makes you think they're going to score a goal versus Arsenal, which are a better team right now? So, as far as this 0.5 for Brentford, they've been able to cover this 3 out of their 5 most recent games. But like I said, I'm not going to put that because their 5 most recent games, like I said, they've only been able to cover this 3 times. The most recent did not cover that 0.5. So I think the best bet here would most likely be Arsenal to win straight up or total points over 1.5, or maybe even total points under 2.5, because I feel like even Arsenal, if they end up winning 1-0 or 2-0, that covers that 2.5. But yeah, it's a risky one. Their 2 most recent games, Arsenal has covered this 1.5. So I'm going to say Arsenal over 1.5. And as far as I win, give me Arsenal 20. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope the information I gave you was good enough for you guys make the right picks. I hope you guys end up winning some money for sure. But most of all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So anyways, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.